I never imagined I'd be the only man on an alien world. When the Starship Voyager crest was swallowed by a cosmic storm, alarms screamed, gravity twisted, and the metal hull bent around us like paper. I remember the captain yelling for escape pods, then a blinding flash. The next thing I knew, I woke up lying on a grassy surface under a lavender-colored sky. Not on Earth. Not on my ship. Somewhere else entirely. A ring of tall, armored figures surrounded me, spears made of glowing metal aimed at my throat. Their faces were strangely beautiful, angular features, shimmering purple eyes, dark braided hair. But it wasn't their appearance that shocked me most. They were all women. One stepped forward, taller than me, shoulders broad, skin painted in silver markings like war tattoos. "Identify yourself," she commanded. "My name is Ethan Hayes," I croaked, trying to stand. "I'm human." My ship crashed. The alien warrior hissed something under her breath. The others murmured, surprise, disbelief, shock. Then the leader barked a single command. "Take him." Before I could protest, rough hands gripped my arms and hauled me to my feet. I expected a dungeon or torture chamber. Instead, they brought me to something that looked like a palace. Enormous crystalline walls, glowing pillars, floating lanterns. I'd barely touched ground before horns echoed through the hall. A crowd emerged from the shadows. More women. Hundreds. They filled balconies and staircases, surrounding me with wide eyes. I had never felt so completely outnumbered. The leader guided me to a throne room where a woman unlike any other waited. Draped in iridescent armor, she sat upon a seat of carved obsidian. Her violet eyes studied me slowly. Curiosity, calculation, fascination. "I am High Commander Saraxa of the Azari Dominion," she said. I gulped. "Please, I'm not here to cause trouble. I just want to go home." She leaned forward. "A male. A living male. Do you understand what this means?" I didn't, but the excitement building in the hall was enough to terrify me. Saraxa stood, approaching with deliberate steps. She circled me like a predator inspecting prey. "Human, you said?" she whispered. "Yes." She laughed softly, almost in disbelief. "Your species vanished from our records centuries ago. Extinct. Thought to be only myth." Whispers exploded around us. "He's real, an actual male, a relic of evolution." I finally understood. Their world had no men. I had crash-landed into a civilization of women, an empire that had evolved, expanded, and conquered without males for generations. And now they had me. Milky Way Middle, a world without men. Life became a blur of observation, containment, and endless questions. Each day, scholars and scientists studied me, not cruelly, but intensely. Every aspect of humanity fascinated them. Is it true men led your militaries? Did you choose mates or were you chosen? What was the purpose of strength if women already had it? What emotions do you feel when you look at us? The attention was overwhelming. Some looked at me as a rare animal, others as a legend come to life, a few as something more. One day, as I wandered the palace courtyard under guard, a younger warrior fell into step beside me. Her armor looked newer, her eyes softer than most. "You look stressed," she said. "That obvious?" "It is your eyes. They dart like prey searching for predators." I tried to laugh, though it sounded weak. "Is that how they see me?" "Some." She paused. "Not me." Her name was Rhine, strong, confident, but with an underlying gentleness the others didn't show. She explained what history records never told me. Long ago, their species had males, but a genetic plague wiped them out. Reproduction became artificial, military-controlled. Over centuries, femininity and strength merged into one identity. Men faded into memory, then myth. So my arrival was shattering the foundation of their beliefs. A species that didn't need men suddenly had won. "You don't understand what you represent," Ryan said. "To some, you're a prophecy. To others, a threat." I swallowed. "And to you?" She met my gaze without fear. "Someone who looks lonely." For the first time since arriving, I didn't feel like an artifact. But the peace didn't last. Crossed swords the choice. High Commander Syraxis summoned me to the War Council chambers. Dozens of high-ranking officers stood around a floating holographic map. The mood was tense. Ryan whispered. Something happened. Syraxa faced me. "Human, we intercepted a network broadcast. Every empire, syndicate, and war clan in the outer systems knows of you now." My stomach dropped. "Somewhat you captured, somewhat you dissected, and somewhat you as their property." The room filled with cold silence. "You can never go back to living freely," Syraxa said. I clenched my fists. "So what happens to me?" Her voice dropped to a level that chilled my bones. "You must choose your fate." She raised 3 fingers. "You may remain here, protected under Azari rule. You may be assigned to a clan that claims you through diplomacy. Or," her final option rang through the room, "you may fight for your freedom." Gasps echoed. Even Ryan looked horrified. "You expect him to survive the trials?" a warrior shouted. "He won't last one round. He is weak. Look at him. He will die." I took a step forward, pulse racing. "What do the trials mean?" Syrax's eyes burned into mine. "Victory earns you citizenship, respect, autonomy, the right to live among us by strength, not myth. And if I lose, death." The council erupted, but all I heard was my heartbeat. Maybe I should have chosen safety. Maybe I should have hid behind guards and comfort and protection. But I was done living as a specimen. "I choose the trials," I said loud enough for every warrior to hear. The room froze. Syraxis stared at me, stunned. A slow smile spread across her face, the first real smile I had seen from her. "So the human is fire," she whispered. Ryan stepped close, voice trembling. "You're going to die. They're the greatest fighters in the Empire." "Maybe, but I'd rather die free than live as an exhibit." Her breath hitched, in fear or admiration. "Maybe both." Fire, final battle, and ending. The arena shook with thunderous cheers. Thousands of armored women filled the stands. The trials had no ring, only a wide-open battlefield of stone and sand. My opponent stepped out, 7 feet tall, bladed gauntlets, a warrior champion undefeated for 6 years. The crowd expected blood. The gong struck, and she lunged. I rolled, barely dodging. Every strike could have shattered ribs. I didn't win by strength, I couldn't. I fought with speed, strategy, unpredictability. I used her weight against her, her overconfidence, her momentum. Still, her gauntlet slashed across my shoulder. Pain burned, blood spilled, vision blurred. The crowd roared. She charged for the final blow. But I didn't retreat. I ran toward her. I dove beneath the gauntlets, grabbed her arm, and used my full weight to pull her over my shoulder. She crashed into the stone with a deafening impact. Silence. The champion didn't move. A heartbeat. 2. Then the gong sounded. I had won. The arena exploded with noise, shouts, disbelief, shock. Syraxis stood from the throne, staring as if seeing me for the first time. Not as a relic, but as a warrior. Ryan sprinted across the battlefield and threw her arms around me, armor and all. "You're insane," she whispered, voice breaking. "But you're alive." Saraxa descended the throne steps, each footstep echoing. When she reached me, she placed her fist to her chest in a slow, deep salute of respect. "Ethan Hayes," she said, voice strong enough to shake stone. "By victory in the trials, you stand as equal among the Azari Dominion. No longer specimen, no longer myth." She paused, then gave the highest honor of their people. "You are one of us." For the first time since arriving on that world, I truly breathed. I didn't know what my future would be. A warrior? A diplomat? A bridge between species? But surrounded by the thunderous roars of thousands of alien women, by a commander who respected me, and a warrior who believed in me, I knew one thing for certain. I wasn't alone anymore, and I had earned my place.